What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. I have a Canadian whiskey, Stalk and Barrel Red, alongside its cocktail version, which is the Bar Chef that has Stalk and Barrel Red inside. So there's a reason why I have this here. This will be hitting shelves very shortly. This was on shelves probably last year this time. Stalk and Barrel is a company in Ontario, Concord specifically, so close to Vaughan, or inside Vaughan anyway. For those of you that don't know where that is, it's just outside of Toronto, probably about 10-15 minutes depending on traffic. Outside of Toronto, from the downtown core it's a little bit longer, probably looking at about 30 to 40 minutes. But these guys are doing a lot of really cool things. They have a 100% corn, a 100% malted barley, and a 100% rye. And you can buy those all on the website. I've reviewed them earlier, so you guys can go back and check those out. I'm really liking their blends. They have a blue, which is about $35, and then this red, which is about, I could be wrong, this one's around $35 I think, and then the blue is around $30, but I could be mistaken. I know that they're both around the $40 mark and under. And then now Bar Chef, which is a very popular bar downtown Toronto, has collaborated with Stalk and Barrel to make this beautiful old-fashioned. All right, it's a maple old-fashioned, specifically a toasted old-fashioned. The ingredients are maple syrup and Stalk and Barrel Red with some spices. I have here the cocktail, which I've never done before. I do enjoy cocktails from time to time, but I've never actually had one on my channel. This has a twist of orange in it because it is really sweet. It's a beautiful cocktail, but the orange kind of gives it that little bit of citrus that breaks it up a little bit. Really, really nice to have before a meal, in my opinion. I'm gonna taste and mark the Stalk and Barrel Red, and then I'll taste and tell you what the Old Fashioned's all about, but I'm not gonna do that before this just because I'm afraid it'll interfere with some of the sweetness of the whiskey. Really, really nice nose. This is heavy rye. So there's rye, corn, and malted barley. All right, and it's probably around 4 to 5 years. What's great about, I've met Barry, one of the berries, there's two berries that run it. I've met one of the berries, and what's great about these guys is if you have any questions about their whiskey, they will be very transparent about what's inside. They'll tell you exactly how old each one is. They'll tell you if there's been added color or anything of that sort, whether it's been chill filtered. Almost all their stuff is non-chill filtered with no added color. I think the only ones that do have a little bit of added color are the blue and the red, this one here. The new one, which I will be reviewing shortly, I don't think I brought the bottle down just yet. It's upstairs. It's really, really good. It's bottled at 50%. It's to honor Canada's 150th year anniversary. I will be reviewing that in the weeks to come, very shortly actually, probably next week sometime. Okay, we might be getting a few more than 2 reviews a week leading up to the end of December, just because it's a busy time of year. So Stalk and Barrel 150 year anniversary will be coming up very shortly. That one's bottled at 50%. It's on shelves, I believe, right this minute. If not right now, it'll be on shelves within the next week alongside the Bar Chef. Honestly, I highly recommend you pick them both up because they're really cool. And if you're like me and don't like making your own cocktails, this is a perfect, drop some ice in there, pour it on top of the ice, add a little bit of tangerine or orange skin to it, and you're good to go. Definitely pick up the rye spiciness on this one. This a very unique characteristic to Stalk and Barrel, which I'm really appreciating because I don't pick that up in any other Canadian whiskey. they have like a nice floralness to them. They use mostly ex-bourbon barrels, if not all ex-bourbon barrels. I do think they will experiment with other casks in the future, but right now they're using predominantly either first fill ex-bourbon or refill ex-bourbon. And that floral note is very consistent with what I'm getting on this. But you can tell it's sweet. There's a little bit of like a buttery note in the background. On the palate, it's really nice. It's light. It honestly reminds me of a high quality blended grain Scotch. And I believe that that's kind of their intention. They're gonna be producing stuff in what I think will be like a Scottish style. I know that they're fans of Scotch, so, or at least one of the berries is. Really, really nice on the nose. Now the beauty of, it's bottled at 43%. You definitely don't get any burn whatsoever. There's a nice mouthfeel, sorry. It's not overly sweet. It's definitely not following that 9.09% rule that other Canadian brands tend to follow. All right, these guys, what they put in the barrel, like I said, they're very transparent about it. And it's really nice. You're getting a pure whiskey here, okay? So check them out. Check out their website. You can pick up pretty much anything that they sell on their website. If you're out of the country, that's probably the only way you can purchase from them. All right. I'm gonna give this one a B+. It's really good stuff. It's under $40. You can't go wrong for the price. It's honestly, this might even be an A-. It's that good. It's, you know what, that is an A-. Hovering around a B+, A-, okay? They're gonna be one of those whiskey companies, one of those whiskey distilleries that you really want to pay attention to in the next little while, because as they get a little bit older, their whiskey will get a little bit older, and the quality is clear in what they're putting out right now. So I can imagine how good they're gonna be when they start producing some 10 to 15-year-old whiskey, some 20-year-old whiskey. I think the sky's the limit for these guys, to be honest with you. I'm gonna try this old-fashioned. I believe there's some chamomile in there. That's what it smells like. That could be one of the spices. Bar Chef, like I said earlier, they're producing some really, really cool, really unique, really just out-of-the-box style drinks at their bar downtown. I highly recommend you guys go check this place out. Hopefully, maybe I can collab with them and do a review at their actual bar. I think that would be pretty cool. But it smells beautiful. Now, I would recommend, this is under $30. I think it's around $25. I would recommend you pick up 2 of these, if not more, because I think it's limited. I'm pretty certain it's actually limited. And it is the easiest cocktail of all time. And it's 38.9%, so it's not much lower percentage than the actual Stalk and Barrel Red. It's the only additives, I guess, are the spices and the maple syrup that kind of bring that alcohol percentage down. But man, that's really good stuff. You do get that maple syrup, but there's this like gingerbread, and there's you get that chamomile. Really, a lot of nice spices going on here. So pick that up as well. I'm not gonna mark it because I've never marked a cocktail before, but I highly recommend it. It's awesome. Okay, like I said, this is a B+, give or take to an A-. Good stuff as well, and you can get it at a good price. And what you know for sure is that you're getting a pure whiskey as opposed to something that has 9.09 of who knows what. Obviously it's got to be alcohol based, but it could be sherry, it could be anything that has alcohol content inside, and really we're all tired of that sort of thing. So Stalk and Barrel is one of those Canadian whiskey companies that you really want to start to get behind if you're Canadian especially. All right, coming very shortly. All right, I'll be popping out my Macallan edition number 1 video review. That's gonna happen probably as soon as tomorrow or Tuesday. It's already recorded. I'm just editing a little bit. I do plan on doing a GlenDronach, maybe not an entire month, but at least a run of 5 different reviews. So that would probably just take me over to a 3-week period. But who knows? Depending on what happens, maybe GlenDronach wants to jump aboard and send me a few bottles. I could be doing a little bit longer than 3 weeks. Depends on what happens. All right. So I tried the 14-year-old Virgin Oak recently. I tried the 18-year-old Port. I haven't opened up my 20-year-old Oloroso single cask or my 20-year-old PX, but I've reviewed the 20-year-old PX, so I don't know if I'm actually going to open this one just yet, but I definitely am going to open up the Oloroso 20-year-old. So that's about it for now. I think I'll have a few more GlenDronachs to do in the time when the time comes. I also have an Allardyce 2017 on its way, and the difference between that 2017 Allardyce and the 2015 that I did is for GlenDronach only, those 2 years actually matter. And although I've explained that in almost every single one of my GlenDronach reviews, I will explain a little further if I decide to open up one of those GlenDronach 2017s. All right, that's about it. Cheers, guys.